Hey guys, what's going on? It's Waseem here again from Handsome Smiles, and I just want to say a massive thank you for joining me on another fragrance related video. So today guys, I'm going to be doing another collaboration, and I'm joined by two of the best UK reviewers in Raj and Greg. So guys, the topic of this collaboration is the autumn and fall starting lineup. If you guys are not familiar with what a starting lineup is, it's basically 6 different fragrances for 6 different occasions. The occasions are as follows. It's your signature scent, your work scent, your night out scent, your daring scent, your date scent, and your upper class formal event scent. So let's get this collaboration started with my signature fragrance for the autumn and fall. For me, a signature fragrance is a scent which you're going to be wearing the most, and it's a fragrance for me which is very versatile. A fragrance which you could wear on any occasion, be it for work, be it for a night out, be it for a date, or even a formal occasion. For me, a fantastic signature fragrance for the fall and autumn is L'Occitane's Eau de Beau. This is an absolutely fantastic, beautiful fragrance, guys. It opens up very spicy in the beginning. You get a lot of cardamom and pink pepper with some smokiness as well. You get a lot of incense, and then cypress does join in into the fragrance. In the dry down, it's a beautiful mix of sweet vanilla and tonka bean. A beautiful fragrance, guys. This fragrance for me is really impressive on how it comes across really natural. L'Occitane is known for as a skincare company which uses the best natural ingredients it can get. For me, this fragrance really comes across natural. It does not smell synthetic at all. It's for me a niche level fragrance, but the price point on this is very attractive, guys. You can pick this fragrance up 100ml retail for £45. It's a fantastic fragrance as a signature scent for anybody of any age. Another thing which is really impressive about Eau de Beau is its performance. The longevity and projection on me are both excellent. Great fragrance for the fall and autumn for me. That's Eau de Beau by L'Occitane.
Hey everyone, Raj here from the channel name 8RK7. Really pleased to be part of this collaboration video in the starting lineup for autumn put together by Waseem from Handsome Smells. Your channel, for me, I really like it. It's really turned into it's improved a lot over the past few months. It's always been great, but it's got better, and it's turned into a channel which I think is, for me, like a go-to channel. You know, if I see your video in my newsfeed, it's one of the first that I click on. So thanks for the invite, and here we go. My autumn starting lineup. I've never actually done a starting lineup before, not because I don't know how it works or anything, but because I rotate my fragrances a lot. However, as my collection has gone down in size, I'm rotating less, and I really know what I love the most in certain occasions and different seasons. These ones are kind of my picks. There are a few others in there which I will also wear in autumn and which I love, but these are my picks for this video. So starting things off with the signature scent and the work scent, which for me are kind of like related, because the signature scent I'm wearing, 5 days out of the week, and I'm at work 5 days out of the week. So it kind of is a work and signature scent at the same time. And ones that I really love, first of all here, from the house of Roger Parfum, and this is Enigma Pour Homme, the EDT version. Love the way this smells on me. Slightly boozy, sweet, kind of mild spices in there. It's a real Christmassy scent, actually, if you think about it. So this will go into the winter months quite easily and is great for work, nothing too loud. This one from Dior, this is called Dior Homme Parfum. You can see the Parfum at the bottom there. This one can be a little bit loud, so you have to kind of just control the number of sprays that you do. But I love what Dior have done here. The Homme line generally is pretty good, and it's got the typical kind of iris and vanilla chocolatiness, but it's got this real leathery kick to it. Not obviously leather, it's not loud in terms of this leather accord, but it's just mixed in there really nicely. I love it. I really love it. So those two selections, my signature and work scent.
Hello guys, Greg here, YouTube channel GreggyBoy76. Big thanks to Waseem for putting together this collab. It's nice to be part of the collab. Again, it's been quite a while. Great to have Raj in the collab as well, so yeah, really cool. So autumn or fall starting lineup for 2015. Let's kick off with my signature scent. So this is with fragrances that's appeared in loads and loads of my videos. You'll all know which one this is. This is the timeless classic Dior Fahrenheit. So the magic with this one for me is, and a lot of people have spoken about this before, it's got an accord in there that kind of resembles scorched oil or petrol. Now, over the past few years, I don't know how many fragrances I've tried, but certainly in the thousands, and this one can stand up against every single one of them, regardless of the brand or the price. Just a fantastic fragrance. It's probably not the best choice for a signature scent, to be honest. It's not the most versatile, and because of that petrol kind of smell in there, it's quite polarising. You won't find many people sitting on the fence with this one. People either love it or hate it. But for me, it just works better on my skin than any other fragrance, and that's why it's my signature scent.
Alright guys, moving on to my work scent. For me, an excellent choice for the fall and autumn months, actually for any months really, any season of the year, is Chanel's Bleu de Chanel. This is an absolutely fantastic fragrance for work, guys. A very pleasing scent. You're not going to offend a lot of people wearing this, which is quite crucial for a work scent really. You don't want to go into work wearing, say, Black Afghano by Nasamato and be offending a lot of people thinking you're smelling like cannabis when you're actually not. Anyways guys, moving on. The reason why I really enjoy wearing this at work is just exudes a lot of sophistication. When I wear this, I feel confident, I feel sophisticated, I feel very professional as well. This is a fragrance which really suits that modern, sexy professional. Great fragrance, guys, great longevity and projection. Opens up with this really sweet grapefruit and dries down with this smoky incense and green vetiver. Great fragrance, guys. I have a full detailed review on my channel if you guys want to check that out. I want to know my in-depth review of this fragrance, so make sure you guys check that out if you want to. Anyways guys, as my work scent is Chanel's Bleu de Chanel.
So next up I've got work scent. Now I spend half of my time working at home. I spend the other half, or most of the rest of my time, either in the car travelling to meetings or in meetings and presentations. So for the purposes of this video, I'm going to talk about the fragrance that I use or want to use when I'm in a meeting with a client or a prospective client, and I want to give off that sort of air of professionalism and class and confidence. And for me, that fragrance is from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and this is Masculine Pluriel. So it's a very classic smelling aromatic fougere. It's got a ton of lavender in there. It's got vetiver, it's got woods and spice. It's just got a sort of real smell of maturity and class in there. It's not an old man sort of mature, it's just got that mature vibe, but it would work for someone even sort of in their, I guess in their early 20s, but someone that's got that mature type of persona. And this is one of my best buys of 2015, absolutely love that. So that's Masculine Pluriel.
Alright guys, moving on to my night out scent for the fall and autumn. For me, a night out fragrance is really a fragrance which is going to have great performance. You want a fragrance which is going to last the entire night, and it's going to project so well that people are going to notice you and even compliment you. A great fragrance for those criteria for me is Thierry Mugler's Pure Havane. This is a fantastic fragrance, guys. This really, for me, invokes what a suave gangster would smell like. Not that I actually want to be a suave gangster or go out to be a suave gangster. I don't think I could be a suave gangster even if I tried, but I really like what this invokes. For me, this is a fantastic sweet tobacco scent, which really gives off that sweet cherry cigar sort of vibe. The main notes in this, you really get that original DNA of Thierry Mugler's Angelman, but with the added honey and tobacco. In the background, you get some patchouli, vanilla, and cocoa. Absolutely fantastic fragrance, guys. Really pleasing scent. People are going to notice you and even compliment you. Great projection, great longevity, beautiful smell, guys. Great choice as a night out. For me, it's Pure Havane by Thierry Mugler.
Now going on to my night out scent. So this is a beauty. I love this fragrance. Pure Malt. Just move it back a little bit. Pure Malt from Thierry Mugler. You know, if you're looking for a scent that is slightly different, it is going to stand out from the crowd. You're going to get compliments. You're not going to spend crazy amounts of money, which I understand not everybody can or not everybody wants to spend huge amounts of money. pure malt is the one to go for. It's got this wonderful boozy, fruity sweetness to it, but it's not juvenile in terms of the sweetness. One thing I've noticed with other Thierry Mugler fragrances like pure coffee, maybe a little bit of ultra zest, is that the sweetness becomes a little bit annoying, but this one is in a really nice level. Great fragrance, love wearing it. That is my night out scent.
So next I've got my night out scent. Now this is one that I sort of take credit for discovering. Obviously I didn't completely discover this, but I'm pretty sure I'm the first person on YouTube or Facebook to talk about this one, and so I'm really glad that it's got a really big following now within the fragrance community. And this is from the house of Rasazi, and it's the phenomenal La Ukawam. So basically this is a clone of Tom Ford's Tuscan Leather. It really is so close. It's so close that I sent this to a mystery sample of this and Tuscan Leather to another YouTube reviewer, one who has Tuscan Leather as one of his all-time favourites. He's smelling it all the time, and he couldn't tell the difference between them. They're that close. Now I know there's a clone for just about every fragrance now, and there's almost always some sort of downside to the clone. And the old "you get what you pay for" adage is usually true. Not in this case, honestly. This smells almost identical and certainly as good as Tuscan Leather. It performs just as well as Tuscan Leather. But the positive of this is in the UK you can pick this up for around £60 for 75ml. Now Tuscan Leather retails for considerably more than twice that much, but just for a 50ml bottle. So you know, the value of this one is phenomenal versus the quality of it. So the reason I picked this one anyway for a night out scent, it smells amazing, it grabs people's attention, and it lasts forever. If I was going out to a club, which is highly unlikely to be honest these days, but this would blow away 99% of the other fragrances in that club. Just an awesome fragrance, and if you haven't tried it yet, trust me, you need, well, assuming you like Tuscan Leather, you need to try this one.
Alright guys, moving on to my date scent. For me, a perfect date fragrance for the fall in autumn is Serge Lutens Ambre Sultan. This is a fragrance which just really screams at fall in autumn to me. Just really reminds me of walking on nice red, crunchy, orangey leaves. Beautiful fragrance guys, just really, this is what fall in autumn is to me in a bottle. This is a beautiful, very gorgeous golden resinous amber scent which opens up a little bit spicy but then does dry down to become really sweet and resinous. A beautiful fragrance guys. The projection and longevity, as far as longevity goes, it really lasts all day on your skin. Projection, it is really soft, it sits very close to the skin, which for me just makes it a perfect date fragrance. You don't want to be wearing a really strong fragrance which is gonna choke out your date. So this is a perfect date fragrance for me in my opinion. It just comes across really romantic and alluring in my opinion. Great choice as a date fragrance in the fall and autumn months. That is Ambre Sultan's, Serge Lutens Ambre Sultan.
Okay guys, now going on to my date scent, and this was like the easiest choice I'll ever have to make for a date scent. One of my all-time favourites, again from the house of Dior, from the Homme line. This is Dior Homme Intense. There is actually, well the camera won't pick it up, but it says Dior Homme Intense at the bottom there. I've mentioned this fragrance probably, I don't know what, 1,000,000 times on my channel. I absolutely love it. It's got the beauty. The cocoa is the star of the show. And a funny thing, I actually received on a date a compliment from this. It was kind of a strange compliment because the person said, "Oh, that smells really good on you. It smells quite feminine, but in a good way." So that is a comment that has been mentioned by quite a few other reviewers, this aspect of being maybe a little bit feminine, and I don't see any reason why a woman couldn't wear Dior Homme Intense, but if you can pull it off, it becomes masculine. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but all I know is that this fragrance works in date scenarios.
So now I have my date romantic scent. So this is going to be the same as it was in 2013 and 2014, and for the same reason. And the reason is, this is my wife's favourite fragrance in my collection. It's also one that I rate 10 out of 10 as well. It's from Thierry Mugler, and this one is Pure Havane. So this one is like pipe tobacco, vanilla, honey, and what I call kind of like a warm cherry fudge smell. I've described this one before as being like a fragrance that wraps its arms around you when you wear it, and I still always get that every time I wear this. And it's the best release from the Thierry Mugler house, in my opinion.
Alright guys, now it's time for my daring scent. For me, a great daring fragrance for fall in autumn is Lalique's Encre Noir. Guys, this is one of the best versatile fragrances I've smelled to date. It is one of the most unique and complex fragrances in my collection. If I was to describe this fragrance, it really smells a lot like burning trees, for these trees being wet. The scent itself is incredibly smoky, very earthy, dry and wet at the same time. Very, very daring and polarizing scent. But for me, even though it is very daring, it's very variable as well. This is a great choice, guys, if you want to smell different. If you don't want to be smelling like everyone else and you want to grab someone's attention, then this is an excellent fragrance to choose from. Great fragrance, guys. The longevity and projection is excellent as well. I have an in-depth review of this fragrance on my channel, so if you guys want to know my in-depth views on why I love this fragrance, then make sure you check that one out. But a great fragrance, guys, brilliant as a daring fragrance. That's Lalique's Encre Noir.
Going on now to my daring scent. Okay, so daring scent. Well, I've got to be honest with you guys. My style has... Well, I think my style has always been the same, but it's more defined now for me. I used to be much more experimental with my fragrances in the past. You know, I used to own fragrances like Amouage's Interlude Man, Nasomato's Black Afghano. And those scents, even though I think they are great, it's not me. It's not my style. So when I think about daring, well, I'm not wearing like crazy stuff, to be honest, anymore. I mean, nothing that I wore was too ridiculous, but this one I would probably say stands out the most as being maybe one of the more daring scents in my collection from Tom Ford's Private Blend, and this one is Tobacco Vanille. A fragrance which has wonderful sweet vanilla notes in there. Very, very classy fragrance. Just suits a... well, it suits somebody wearing a suit. You know, it's something to be worn around cold weather, in cold weather occasions. I'm not really going to go too much into the fragrance, but it's a real classic in the Private Blend line. It's one that I've received quite a few compliments. It's actually one of my most complimented scents, and often those compliments come from older women. So I don't know what that says about me or the fragrance, but hey, it is one of my more daring scents, shall I say. It's all relative.
So next we have my daring scent. Now this probably isn't a particularly daring scent per se, but it's daring for me, and the reason being that it's actually a fragrance marketed for women, and it is quite feminine. You'll all know the fragrance for sure. It's a classic. It's from one of my favourite houses, Chanel, and this one is Chanel number 19. So this is, let's describe this as a resinous green floral fragrance. I find it to be quite powdery and quite soapy as well. It's got a great leather, woody, musky base to this fragrance as well. It's probably ideally suited for spring, but I think it works in the autumn as well. Now I associate this fragrance with sort of a confident, self-assured woman, which is why I say it's kind of a daring scent for me. But I do think guys can pull this one off. Trust me, if I can, anyone can.
Alright guys, now it's time for the last topic of this starting lineup, which is your upper class formal event scent. For me, a great choice for a formal event fragrance in the fall and autumn is Chergui by Serge Lutens. Guys, this is effortless class in a bottle for me. A beautiful sweet tobacco fragrance. The main notes you're going to get in this fragrance is pipe tobacco, honey, hay, rose and incense. A beautiful blend, guys, just absolutely beautiful. Very elegant, very classy fragrance. The projection and longevity are both excellent as well. Fragrance just really is perfect for those days where you're slightly dressed up and you're going to a special occasion. Just beautiful, guys. It just makes you feel really confident, really elegant and classy. Beautiful fragrance, guys. Absolutely adore this fragrance. It was my #1 fragrance for my top 20 winter fragrances for the year 2015. Absolutely adored wearing this fragrance last year. Every time I go to a dinner with family or with friends, or if I'm going to a wedding or someone's birthday, then this is one of the first fragrances I pick up. Just beautiful, just makes me feel really confident and sophisticated, really classy. Makes me feel like a movie star basically. Great for when you're dressed up. That's Chergui by Serge Lutens.
It's all relative. Finally, guys, going on to my upper class, you could also call it your formal scent. Now, normally with my sort of upper class formal scents, I tend to go with something from Guerlain's La Alemati line, something like Tonka Imperial or Cuir Beluga. I mean, there are a few other options you can go for as well. But one fragrance that I've been wearing I've had it for a while and I've been wearing it a lot in kind of more classier, upscale sort of wedding type scenarios. And actually next week is my grandmother's 90th birthday, so all of our family are getting together in a pretty nice restaurant in central London, and as long as it's a cool, colder day, nothing too warm, I think this fragrance will work absolutely perfectly. This is from Roger Parfum, and this is Diaghilev, and probably one of the best fragrances I've ever tried. Presentation, sometimes it's hit and miss with me with Roger Parfum. The guy behind this is Roger Dove, you can just about see it there. But I think the bottle looks amazing and it really suits the fragrance. This is a very elegant fragrance. This is a very multi-layered fragrance. It's a very classy scent. It's classic, but it's refined to a level which is just unreal. It's a very expensive fragrance, no doubt about it. The casual consumer that's a term that I use, will have never heard of this fragrance. They will never spend this type of money. It is for somebody who can either afford it or is a fragrance enthusiast and is willing to make a few sacrifices to own it. I mean, I got this at a discount, but even then, probably one of the best fragrances I've ever tried in my life. This is stunning. Roger Parfum, Diaghilev. Let's just see if I can get a little close up. There you go. Perfect. So there you go, guys. That is my autumn starting lineup. You know, I love fragrances. I really do. And when I come into the autumn and winter months, it's really where my passion for fragrances comes out the most, because I think the fragrances I love the most are most suitable to cooler, colder weather. So, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and Waseem, thanks a lot for the invite. Really appreciate it. Once again, you're doing a great job on your channel, and I wish you all the best of luck. Looking forward to more videos from you, and take care, guys. See you soon. Bye.
So, finally, we've got my upper class sort of formal suit and tie fragrance. Now, last year I chose an Amouage scent. I chose Jubilation 25. Now, this year I'm going to go with another Amouage. But this one is one that strays away from the usual real in-your-face incense that you get with most Amouage fragrances. It doesn't actually smell like an Amouage fragrance to me, but I do think it's very, very classy. So this one is Dear Man. So this one's got, sort of kicks off with 3 very distinctive notes or accords. You get incense, but as I said, not that sort of in-your-face Amouage incense. You also get some florals, and you get cardamom, which brings some spice to it. Now, the floral note in Dear Man is listed as being peony. I think that's how you say it. I have to admit, I'm not familiar with this note. I don't think I have any other fragrances at all that contain that note. But for me, the floral aspect of Dear Man smells like rose to me, although a very sweet rose. It kind of reminds me almost like the smell of a child's bag of sweets. It's got kind of that edible quality to it. When the fragrance has been on your skin for a while, you get a really beautiful woody accord, a great plum note, actually my favourite plum note in any fragrances that I have. And the base, when it dries down, you get a really beautiful vetiver note in there. Now, I'm not actually a big fan of floral fragrances, I'm not a fan of plum, and I'm not a fan of vetiver, but for some reason the way this is blended, it just works for me. I just absolutely love this. It's definitely a very elegant, classy, sophisticated scent, so it's perfect for that sort of formal occasion. So there you go, guys. That is my autumn starting lineup for 2015. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks again to Waseem for inviting me to be in the collab and for putting this together. And I'll see you all soon. Cheers, guys.
So there you have it, guys. That's the end of the collaboration. I hope you enjoyed it. Firstly, just want to say a massive thank you to both Greg and Raj for agreeing to be part of this collaboration. Thank you, guys. Thank you for taking some time out of your lives to record the segments for this collaboration. I really had a lot of fun doing this with you guys, and hopefully we can collaborate again in the near future. I've been a massive fan of both your channels for such a long time. Even before I did YouTube videos, I used to watch a lot of YouTube reviews on YouTube, and you both were one of my favourite reviewers, especially the fact that you're both from the UK. When I started doing this YouTube thing, I'd never really imagined that I would be collaborating with you both. So this is a very pleasing video for me. So massive thank you to you both. Hopefully we can collaborate again. Sorry guys for babbling along. I just want to say a massive thank you for everyone that's watched this video. If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure you give me a like or a comment below. And guys, if you haven't subscribed, then make sure you do. Anyways, my friends, until next time, see you later.